One of the questions I hear more often now from patients is, Doc, skin booster ba ang kailangan ko or biostimulator? And honestly, I understand why this can be confusing because online, these treatments are often described using the same words. Maririnig mo yung word na glow, hydration, collagen, regenerative, anti-aging, skin quality, and injectable. So for many patients, parang pare-pareho lang silang lahat. But they are not the same. A skin booster is usually chosen when yung priority mo is hydration, glow, texture, and overall skin freshness. A biostimulator, on the other hand, is usually chosen when the priority is collagen support, firmness, and gradual improvement over time. And this distinction matters because not every patient needs the same treatment. Merong iba kailangan nila hydration, meron namang iba need collagen support, some may need both, and some may not either one yet. So today, let's talk about the difference between skin boosters and biostimulators in a simple and practical way so you can better understand what these treatments are actually for. Hi everyone, I am Dr. Gaile. Welcome back to another episode of DERM TALK. Today we're talking about the difference between skin boosters and biostimulators, and I wanted to do this episode because this is one of the most misunderstood topics in aesthetic dermatology right now. Many patients already know that there are injectable treatments that can improve skin quality, pero yung problema kasi is not all injectables work the same way. Hindi lahat sila ay filler. Hindi lahat ng skin booster ay biostimulator, and hindi lahat ng biostimulator ay skin booster. So instead of asking which one is better, I think the better question is, what are we trying to treat? Tinitreat ba natin yung dryness, dullness, rough texture, and tired-looking skin? Or are we treating loss of firmness, early laxity, and gradual changes in collagen support? Because once we understand the concern, that's when we can decide which treatment makes more sense. Let's start with skin boosters. When we say skin booster, the simplest way to understand it is that it is a treatment usually used to improve skin quality. So when patients tell me, Doc, parang ang dull ng skin ko, or Doc, parang ang dehydrated kahit nag-moisturizer naman ako, or Doc, gusto ko lang magmukhang fresh and less tired. This is where skin boosters usually come into the conversation. The goal is not to change the shape of the face. It is not usually about adding volume the way people think of fillers. It is more about improving the appearance and feel of the skin itself. So when we talk about skin boosters, we are usually talking about concerns like hydration, yung glow, pwede rin yung fine texture, roughness, and that overall tired-looking quality of skin. This is why I always tell patients that a skin booster is not the same as a filler. Pag sinabi mo kasing filler, ito yung ginagamit natin when we are addressing volume, contour, or even facial structure. A skin booster is different because the focus is a skin quality, not necessarily the shape of the face. For example, may patient nang sabi niya, Doc, parang lubog yung cheeks ko. That is a different conversation. Pero kung yung pasyente sabi niya, Doc, parang ang dry and dull ng skin ko kahit okay naman yung shape ng face ko, then that may be a skin quality concern. Yung difference na to matters because if we don't define the concern properly, we might also choose the wrong treatment. Now, another common misunderstanding is that once a treatment is an injectable, yung unang-unang inisip ng mga tao is it is strong, dramatic, or pang-lift agad. But skin boosters are usually more subtle than that. They are not meant to make you look like a different person. They are not meant to instantly lift the face. And they are not meant to replace every other treatment. They are usually chosen when the patient's concern is more about improving the skin's hydration, smoothness, and radiance. So yung pinaka-best way to think about it is this. A skin booster does not usually ask, how do we change the face? It asks, how do we improve the quality of the skin? And that's why skin boosters can be helpful for patients who feel that their skin looks dry, dull, tired, or less fresh, even if they already have a good skincare routine. But again, hindi naman ibig sabihin nito na every patient needs a skin booster. If the main problem is acne or pwedeng melasma, active irritation, or even an uncontrolled skin condition, we may need to address those first. If the concern is significant sagging or loss of structure, a skin booster alone may not be enough. So again, lahat bumabalik talaga with assessment. Ano yung concern? Ano yung condition ng skin? What are we trying to improve? And is a skin booster the right treatment for that goal? Now, let's talk naman about biostimulators. If skin boosters are usually about hydration, glow, texture, and skin freshness, biostimulators are usually about a different goal. The goal is to stimulate the skin's own collagen and elastin response over time. So, pag yung patient pumupunta dito at sinasabi niya, Doc, parang hindi lang dull yung skin ko, parang nawawala na siya ng firmness. O kaya, pwede ding, Doc, parang mas maluwag na yung skin ko. Or, Doc, parang nagbabago na yung support ng face ko. That is when biostimulators may enter the conversation. The important word here is gradual. A biostimulator is not usually the treatment you choose if you want an instant glow tomorrow or kalimbaw may event ka next week. It works differently because the purpose is to encourage collagen and elastin production over time. So the results are usually seen gradually. This is also why expectations are very important. Some patients think that because a treatment is called a biostimulator, they will see an immediate lifting effect right after the procedure. Of course, because you put in something, may mapapansin ka din na changes, but that is not always how it works. Biostimulation takes time because tissue remodeling takes time. Your skin does not produce collagen and elastin overnight. It is a process. And that is why the results are usually more gradual and progressive. So if a patient is looking for a quick glow before an event next week, a biostimulator may not always be the most appropriate choice. But if the patient is thinking about long-term skin support, firmness, and aging-related changes, then a biostimulator may be considered depending on the assessment. Another thing I wanted to clarify is that biostimulators are not automatically better than skin boosters. Sometimes patients hear the word collagen and they immediately think, ay, mas maganda to. But not necessarily. It always depends on what the patients need. If the main concern is dehydration and dullness, then a treatment focused on skin hydration may make more sense. But if the main concern is loss of firmness, early laxity, or gradual age-related changes in skin support, then a collagen or elastin-stimulating treatment may be more aligned. So again, paulit-ulit natin ito sinasabi, hindi talaga siya about what sounds more advanced. It's really about which one fits the concern better. And this is why I always remind patients that aesthetic treatments should not be chosen based only on what is trending online. A biostimulator may be a good option for one patient, but may not be the best fit for another. In the same way, a skin booster may be helpful for one patient but not enough for someone whose current concern is more about firmness and structural support. This is why, and like ko itong sinasabi sa lahat ng mga tatanong sa akin, consultation matters. Because before we choose a treatment, we have to understand what we are trying to improve. Is it hydration? Is it glow? Is it texture? Or it could be firmness, collagen support, or a combination of a lot of concern. And once that is clear, the treatment plan becomes more intentional. Now, bakit sobrang importante na malaman mo yung difference between a skin booster and a biostimulator? It matters because when the treatment is not explained properly, the patient can have the wrong expectations. Ito for example if a patient is told na yung skin booster will stimulate collagen and elastin the same way that a biostimulator does, then yung patient na yun will expect firmness, mag-expect siya ng lifting, long-term collagen support, pero it will come from a treatment na may have been chosen mainly for hydration and glow. On the other hand, if a patient chooses a biostimulator expecting an instant fresh glow before an event, they may also feel disappointed because biostimulators are usually more gradual. They are not always designed to give that immediate hydrated look that people often associate with skin boosters. So yung problem dito is not the treatment itself. Sometimes, and more often than not, the problem is the expectation created around the treatment. And I want to be careful here because some injectables can have overlapping benefits depending on their formulation. Halimbawa kasi most skin boosters, if not all, are hyaluronic acid based. But you will find that there are treatments na biostimulators pero hyaluronic acid yung main ingredient din nila. There are treatments that may improve skin quality while also supporting collagen over time. But that does not mean that we should use all these terms interchangeably. Not every skin booster is a biostimulator, and not every biostimulator is a skin booster. And not every injectable should be explained as if it does everything. That is why proper positioning matters. If the priority is hydration, glow, and texture, then we should explain that clearly. Kung yung priority naman is collagen support, firmness, or okay lang yung patient na may gradual improvement, then we should explain that clearly too. Kasi pag naintindihan ng patient yung purpose ng treatment, then they can make a better and informed decision. This is why I do not like it when aesthetic treatments are explained only through buzzwords. When everything is described as regenerative, anti-aging, collagen boosting, glow enhancing, and skin improving, it becomes harder for patients to know what they are actually getting. And in dermatology, details matter. Yung concern matters. The product or injectable used matters. The formulation matters a lot too. And dito na rin pumapasok yung depth of injection, the technique, the timing, and the treatment plan. So instead of asking, ano yung pinakasikat ngayon, Doc? I think yung better question dito is, ano ba talaga ang kailangan ng skin ko? Now, this is where things can get a little bit more complicated. Because while some injectables are mainly positioned as skin boosters and others are mainly positioned as biostimulators, merong mga treatments that may have hybrid properties, meaning some injectables may help improve skin quality while also supporting collagen stimulation over time, depending on their formulation and how they are used. And this is one of the reasons why patients get confused, because sometimes one product may be discussed for glow, hydration, skin quality, collagen support, and aging concerns all at the same time. So naturally, yung patients magtatanong sila, Doc, ano ba to? Skin booster or biostimulator? And sometimes, the answer is not as simple as one label. Sometimes, the more accurate answer is that the treatment may sit somewhere in between. But, even if a treatment has hybrid properties, hindi ibig sabihin nito na automatically for everyone siya. This is why I always go back to assessment. Again, tinatanong natin, ano ba talagang concern mo? Ano yung current quality ng skin ng pasyente? Is the concern more about dryness and dullness? Or is it more about firmness and skin laxity? Or pwede namang both? Because if we do not identify the priority properly, even a good treatment can be used in the wrong context. So how do you know if you need a skin booster, a biostimulator, both, or neither? The first thing is to identify the main concern. Kanina sinabi ko na to ilang beses. So if your concern is that your skin looks dull, dry, tired, or less fresh, then we may be looking at a skin quality concern where a skin booster may be considered. Pero kung yung concern is more about the loss of firmness, yung parang pag ginanon mo yung skin mo, medyo maluwag na siya. Early laxity, thinning skin, or gradual changes in support, then that may be a different conversation where a biostimulator may be considered. Pero meron din naman mga patients na meron sila ng both concerns. For example, yung skin mo looks dry, tired, pero meron ka rin napapansin na early laxity or collagen loss, then both treatments may be part of a bigger plan. But that does not mean they have to be done all at once. Syempre, lagi nagmamatter dyan yung timing, yung proper sequencing. Syempre, budget is always a concern. And yung mga pasyente na kinoconsider din yung downtime, iisipin din natin to. And most importantly, the patient's actual skin condition matters. Kaya nga lagi ko sinasabi sa patients not to choose based on what they see online. Just because a treatment is popular does not mean it is automatically the right treatment for you. And just because your friend had good results from one injectable, hindi ibig sabihin na you will need the exact same thing. Your skin quality, your facial structure, your age, your collagen status, your lifestyle, your goals, and even your tolerance for gradual versus immediate results all matter. So the best treatment is not always yung pinakabago, yung pinakauso. It is really one that matches your concern and fits into a proper treatment plan. What I really want to say is, do not choose an injectable just because it is trending. Choose because it matches your skin concern. A skin booster and a biostimulator can both help improve skin quality, but they are not the same treatment. One is usually more focused on hydration, glow, and texture, while the other is more focused on collagen support, firmness, and gradual improvement over time. And for some patients, both may be helpful. For others, one may be enough. And doon naman sa iba, we may need to treat other skin concerns first before considering either one. So instead of asking, Doc, ano mas maganda, yung itatanong mo dapat sa akin is, Doc, ano ba talaga ang kailangan ng skin ko? Because that is where a better treatment plan starts. Now, if you found this episode helpful, comment below Team Skin Booster or Team Biostimulator. And if you want me to explain more aesthetic treatments in a simple way, leave your questions in the comments. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next Derm Talk. Bye!